Why are you guys so anti-dictators? Imagine if America was a dictatorship. You could let 1% of the people have all the nation's wealth.
1% of America has 40% of all the nation's wealth.
You could help your rich friends get richer by cutting their taxes.
Bosonic paid a nearly 36% tax rate. Buffett, who made $62 million that year, paid less than half of that.
I think it should be a defining issue. Debbie works just as hard as I do, and she pays at twice the rate I pay. I think that's outrageous.
And bailing them out when they gamble and lose.
We learned from the White House that reality TV show couple Todd and Julie Crisley are both getting full pardons after being convicted of conspiracy to defraud banks out of more than $30 million. They're also found guilty of several tax crimes, including attempting to defraud the IRS, which means they were attempting to defraud all of us who pay taxes.
Parents are going to be free and
The president had already pardoned at least 15 others for financial crimes. Home executive Paul Walzak gained some $10 million from employee paid a $2 million yacht under the pretext it was going to full pardon.
You could ignore the needs of the poor for healthcare and education.
$715 billion in cuts from Medicaid in the coming years. It would leave nearly 11 million Americans uninsured.
I'm going to close the Department of Education and move education back to the states. And we're going to do it fast.
Your media would appear free, but would secretly be controlled by one person and his family.
But at the end of the day, all these corporate networks play for the same team. You have a tremendously wealthy group of people and business interests. They donate large sums of money to politicians. Politicians deregulate the media. Now these ultra-wealthy players have both elected officials and media outlets in their pocket.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
That was the work of a company called Sinclair Broadcasting, which owns dozens of local news channels and had a message they wanted to put in front of the viewers.
You could wiretap phones.
The NSA specifically targets the communications of everyone. It ingests them by default. It collects them in its system, and it filters them, and it analyzes them, and it measures them, and it stores them for periods of time, intending to target someone associated with a foreign government or someone that they suspect of terrorism. They're collecting your communications to do so. But I, sitting at my desk, certainly had the authorities to wiretap anyone, from you or your accountant to a federal judge to even the president if I had a personal email.